Good morning, boys and girls. As you can see on the screen, today we're going to learn about a poem. Actually, throughout the week, we're going to be learning about all different kinds of poems. But the first one we're going to do today is called a cinquain. It looks like it would be pronounced way different. I always thought it was called a cinquain, but it's actually called a cinquain poem. So this kind of poem is super easy to write, and they're kind of cool. It only has 5 lines, so it's super short. It has a very specific structure. You have to do it exactly like the structure tells you. It doesn't have to rhyme, and you just have to follow the pattern. So let's look at the example down below. So line 1, you have to write a noun. So remember, a noun is a person, a place, or a thing. So if you look across from the word noun, we see that the noun that they chose is Wilbur. I think this little cinquain poem is about Charlotte's Web. And we have the poem or the noun Wilbur. And Wilbur is someone's name. So that's a proper noun. Next, in the poem, you need to write an adjective. Remember, an adjective describes the noun. So it tells you about the noun. And you have to have 2 of those. So in this case, they said that Wilbur is humble and radiant. So again, these words must come from the story. So the noun is Wilbur. The 2 adjectives are humble and radiant. On the 3rd line, you have to write 3 verbs that end in ing. And these verbs should tell about, again, Wilbur. What are some verbs that would describe Wilbur? Remember, a verb is an action word, and they chose playing because it ends in that ing, crying, and hoping. So in the story Charlotte's Web, Wilbur played, cried, and hoped. But we have to have ing at the end of the verbs for a cinquain poem. Line 4 is just a phrase. So it's a phrase that's going to tell about the noun. You want it to be something that's pretty important about the noun too, just not some random phrase. So this author chose to say that Will, which is short for Wilbur, always loves Charlotte. Will loves Charlotte. So that's the phrase that they chose here. In line 5, your last line, this poem is short, we're going to have a synonym for the first noun. So in this case, we want a synonym for Wilbur. If you remember, a synonym means same, something that means the same as Wilbur. So we know that Wilbur is a pig, so a synonym for Wilbur is a pig. Wilbur and pig are the same thing. So for the line 5, the last line of the poem is the word pig. Wilbur, humble, radiant, playing, crying, hoping, will always love Charlotte, pig. All right, so that's what a cinquain poem is. So your task today is to write one of these cinquain poems. So you're going to write it on a piece of notebook paper, or maybe you can type it out on Word. And if you type it out on Word, you just send it to me, to my email address. Or you can have Mom or Dad email it to me, or you can email it yourself on your email address if you have one. If you don't, maybe ask Mom or Dad if they can email it to me. Again, this shouldn't take you very long. It's only 5 lines. And you can use this sheet because this sheet will be attached to my blog page. Use this sheet to help you remember. So let's review what we have in writing today. So in writing today, we have 2 tasks. Number 1, this is not the correct order that's on the blog, but the order doesn't matter. Number 1, we're going to write a cinquain poem, right? Super easy, 5 lines. We have to follow the pattern, keep the same structure, and write our poem and send it to Miss Cordova. Number 2, we have an IXL assignment. What the beauty about this IXL assignment is you just have one assignment to do. The link is on my blog, so you can just click on it. It will take you right there. Make sure you log in first. If you don't log in, you're not going to get credit for it. So when I go to look up your score, if you did not log in, I will not see your score. So log into IXL. You're going to do an activity where you have to identify the conjunction. So remember, a conjunction are the words in fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. So you're going to choose which conjunction will go in the sentence. It shouldn't be too difficult. Just think about what the sentence is trying to say to you. Whatever score you end up with by Friday is a score that will go in the gradebook. So if you take yourself all the way up to 100, you'll get 100 in this assignment. If you take yourself to only 80% and you stopped, 80% is as far as you're going to go. If you go to 30%, 30% will be your score. So try to get yourself up to as high as you would like your score to be. You have all week to do it. So if you only want to spend 10 minutes one day, 10 minutes the next day, do that. It won't take so long. So as a recap, today's writing assignments are number 1, your Cinquain poem, number 2, your IXL assignment. IXL is for the whole week. All right, guys, happy writing.